The Boeing B-47 was the result of the first United States requirement issued in 1944 for a jet-powered bomber aircraft. The first XB-47 prototype flew in December 1947, outperforming all competitors. The B-47 incorporated many advanced features for the time, including swept wings, jet engines and underwing pods, fuselage-mounted main landing gear, and automated systems that reduced the standard crew size to three. Powered by six turbojet engines, the B-47 carried approximately the same bomb loads as the B-29 and B-50 radial engine bombers that it replaced. It could fly some 200 miles per hour faster. Although subsonic, the B-47 could fly higher and faster than jet interceptors being designed at the time. The B-47 became a mainstay of U.S. strategic bomber forces. More than 2,000 were produced between 1951 and 1957. But the sleek, high-tech bomber never saw combat. Not as a bomber, that is. But there was another version. Boeing Wichita built 247 RB-47E reconnaissance machines, similar to the B-47E model but with a nose stretched by 34 inches, used to stow up to 11 cameras. The fuel capacity was increased to a total of 18,400 U.S. gallons. The navigator controlled the cameras, becoming a navigator photographer instead of a navigator bombardier. While the B-47 was never used in combat as a bomber, it was a different story for the reconnaissance aircraft. The reconnaissance version of the B-47 was used extensively to gather the intelligence the military felt would be necessary in the event of war. They were used to check weather along projected bombing routes, photograph enemy installations, and monitor their defensive radar systems. The website globalsecurity.org writes, the reconnaissance models of the B-47 provided invaluable data for Strategic Air Command's huge bomber fleet during the period 1954 to 1964. Following its first flight on July 3, 1953, the RB-47E went on to perform some of the most sensitive reconnaissance missions of the Cold War. These included actual missions over Soviet airspace in violation of international law that occasionally resulted in contact with Soviet MiG fighters, although the jet had been designed to fly higher and faster than such planes. Somewhat counterintuitively, some scholars conclude these provocative missions made nuclear war less likely, reassuring American policymakers that war with the USSR was not imminent, allowing more measured and less belligerent responses during times of crisis. GlobalSecurity.org opines that the RB-47E was the best of the B-47.